Welcome to a Reddit Bites production, the best Reddit channel on YouTube. If you subscribe right now, I will give you a cookie. If you don't, that's cool too. Enjoy the show. Today's AskReddit post. If your pet had a pet peeve, what would it be? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. My dog hates that raspberry sound people make with their lips. He will charge across the room, jump in my lap, pretend he's going to bite me, then lick my face, then glare at me. If I do it again, he will leave the room. Somehow he leaves the impression he has gone to call someone and complain. My cat hates the sound of someone blowing air, even if it's not reaching him. He hates being blown on so much that if he even hears the sound, he comes running to glare at whoever is doing it. But this is the same cat that meows every time someone sneezes. So much angst. People who show up unannounced. That's one of mine too. Quick tip here, if you don't want people to show unannounced, start stalking. Soon you'll have destroyed every relationship you have and no one will disturb you. Seeing any of the bottom of the food bowl. Yes, seeing the bottom of the food bowl is apparently a dire kitty emergency, especially at 2 AM. In my house it's either a kitten catastrophe or the biggest disaster to ever happen to kittenkind. Bear in mind my cats are nearly 8 years old and are not kittens anymore. My dog lies down with his legs pointing backwards, making his reel look like a cooked chicken, so I grab his legs and yell chicken legs. Let me tell you, he does not like that. Ask Loot. She does. It's when I touch her toes. It's not fair. They look so touchable. Touchable native feedback. Her human turning the light on in the room she is sleeping in. Corollary, when I decide to play 10 minutes of Candy Crush before bed. If I sit up in bed and pull out the tablet, my dog leaves the bedroom to sleep in the living room instead. Sad. My dog leaves the room when I sit down in bed with my tablet, too, but for a very different reason. My cats need all the doors and windows open at all time. God forbid you try to shower or tea with a closed door. They will be throwing their full body weight at it repeatedly. You open the door, they walk in, look around and walk out. Try closing it again, and they freak out again. Doors between rooms, doors that led outside, doors leading to my neighbors' houses. All doors in the entire world must be open at all times. I have found my cats screaming outside of my neighbors' doors multiple times, trying to get in. They know they don't live there, but the fact that this particular door is closed is apparently an affront to their entire existence. It's pouring rain outside? No. The patio door must remain open. The fact that the floor is getting flooded is inconsequential. My role in my own house is that of a cat butler, opening doors for cats. My kitty only hates closed doors when we're on one side and he's on the other. He will sit outside and cry and scratch, and when we finally open it he runs up looking like a sad abandoned child and he wants all the pets, lol. It's actually cute but can be a pain in the ass when we lock him out of the bedroom for SI times and he scratches at the door the whole time. But if we don't lock him out, he wants to investigate what we're doing and gets a little too close to the action. LMAO. The wife and I moving our legs in bed. He growls and adjusts like a crabby old man. It's hilarious. Like it's his bed. My dog literally grumbles like a cranky old lady whenever I do this. And if I love too much she gets fed up and will leave. Laugh probably autocorrect to love, but if not I think you are taking giving your dog a bone a bit too literally. She does. Actually, my cat does not like when I play air drums. When I do, she comes over and sits on my feet, or gently places her paw on my hand. Please stop, human. I'm trying to sleep. Asterisk. Human. The fly got away minutes ago. Stop batting at the air. There's nothing left to catch. By God, he couldn't hunt a rock. I better take him a dead mouse. Not getting enough attention and then getting attention. Yes, it's a cat. Pet me, pet me, pet me. Nom, stop petting me. Nom, why did you stop petting me? My dog has a sensitive butthole and refuses to poop on a lawn unless it is cut to the correct length and has a proper grass consistency. He's got refined taste. You drop this. My cat 100% has a pet peeve. It's when I call her the baby like I'm talking to a baby. Tippy, who's the baby? Then she angrily flicks her tail and runs off. Have you ever told her she's the baby? Maybe she hates it because the question has been hanging unanswered for so long. I do. I follow it up with tips the BIIIIIBEE and she hates that just as much. Anybody being in the pool. He fell in when he was a puppy and since then he has barked and growled at people who get into the pool. If you go underwater he jumps in and tries to help you, but ends up scratching you with his claws. He is a purebred German Shepherd, and a big one at that. Same with my German Shepherd mix. He runs around the pool barking and will try to save the kids by pulling them to the edge. I bought him an orange chuck-it ball that he only gets when we are swimming and now we have peace. My cat hates when I don't cuddle with him on his command. Like he will chase me to the bed and start aggressively meowing and rubbing his head on my body, then proceed to plop his 6 kilograms body onto my chest and demand more affection. I get yelled at all the time for not petting him enough. My parents have a cat like that. When he wants his damn pets he better get them. He crawls into your laps and nuzzles you face and hands and body to get the pets himself if he has to. Mr. Kitty loves his jeweled collar, with its faux jewels of different colors gleaming in the light. He wears it proudly. However, he refuses to wear any other type of color. It's got to have multicolor jewels, or he MROWs in protest to anything else. It's called fashion. Look it up, human. Closed doors. This is my cat Philip. He will bang my hall door for hours if I don't stop him. It's actually my pet peeve too because he wakes me up at like 5 in the morning trying to get out. Not cool. I know this pain. He hates snapping noises. If I snap a few times in a row, he'll snort and stomp his foot at me. He's a rabbit by the way. I read snapping turtles and thought it was quite understandable. Oddly specific, but understandable. My dog hates other dogs. Being around them is bad enough, but what's even worse is when she sees the family paying attention to other ones instead of her. She'll sit in the corner of the room away from everyone and give you the side eye something fierce. Won't even think about acknowledging you until the other dogs are at least 10 feet away. I love her. She's my princess, but she can be pretty shy sometimes. Happy cake day. When I eat and don't share my human food with him. When I share my food with them and it's not up to standard. A moving lap. Any sign of movement not contributing to stroking is a sign of an imminent catastrophe, prompting immediate execution of emergency procedures. Emergency procedures involve evacuating to the arm of the sofa until the lap has stabilized. After assessment, it may be recolonized. People existing outside our home. How dare they? For the dog, when someone pets the cat rather than giving her attention, she stands up and looks at you indignantly, which as a dog's pet cat petting peeve, I guess makes it a pet peeve. The vacuum cleaner. My cat leaves the room immediately when that thing goes on. We had 2 cats growing up. One saw the tumble dryer as this diabolical monster that would surely kill her and would disappear for the entire day whenever my mum started doing laundry. She would hide in our attic in the deepest darkest corner she could find. The other saw it as a warm and comfy thing to sleep on top of and would be lulled gently to sleep by the vibrations. My current cat is completely unfazed by the vacuum and my dog tries to attack the evil sucking monster. He keeps pushing me away from his computer when I'm trying to rub up against it. How dare you not be in bed by 8:30 p.m. I read this as if your pet peeve had a pet peeve. What would it be? I was really confused when people started talking about cats. Being sneaked up on. He is deaf. How do you wake him up or approach him? I've seen videos where owners blow on their deaf dogs. I have a deaf dog. Usually I'll pet her or pat the bed couch next to her and let the vibrations wake her. But it's especially fun sticking a treat in front of her nose and letting the smell wake her. Her little tail starts wagging before her eyes even open. He did. It was having fewer than 3 points of contact with whatever surface he was standing on. Also, getting water in his eyes. Just to clarify, he was a bearded dragon. I assume he had some strong opinions about ceiling fans too. Mine had no idea why we'd keep 3 birds attached to the ceiling in his room. Probably me constantly calling her chubby and touching her fat rolls. My mom's cat doesn't like me calling her fatty either, but she still steals food. Cat being picked up or getting her belly touched. Also, me singing at her. On the plus side though, whenever I want to play with her, all I have to do is lay on my belly and hum the Jurassic Park theme song. She'll crouch into hunting position and slowly creep her way to me until she pounces and bats my face with her claws in so I know she's playing, and I laugh and we then break out bouncy balls and play a game of soccer. If you breathe on his nose he will snap at you. Sweetest dog ever other than that. People pulling her wrinkles. My dog has a big pet peeve. Anytime we go through the back door and don't let him follow he get mad that he has to use the dog door. Meals not frequent enough. Should be spaced no more than 15 minutes apart. When this does not happen, he naps irritably in protest. My cockatiel's pet peeve is getting breathed on. He gets visibly annoyed. Shutting the door. We have to shut the door to our bedroom to have sex. Otherwise he gets up in the bed and tries to take a nap on my girlfriend every time. My dog actually has won. Anyone hugging, kissing, or otherwise touching my mom, who is his favorite human, he goes apeshti over that. All 8 pounds of him. Cat, me moving my feet while sleeping. She places her paws on them. Stop it human. I sleeping. Dog, not being allowed in the kitchen when the humans are eating dinner. Having his feet touched. If he's laying down and you come near or are touching his feet at all, he groans and will move to the opposite side of the room. Like how dare you? Right double quotation mark. Being told he is fat. Not sure why but he flips his sh*t when the word Lorski, fat in Finnish, is said to him. He is a 3-year-old German Shepherd. Not enough treats, belly rubs, or throw toy. Cat, the dog existing. Dog, me leaving her line of sight. Why do our walks have to end after only 2 hours? That's my wife too, not just pets. Not being able to drive the car herself. My dog's pet peeve was when I would sneak into the house and startle him awake. He fixed this by moving his bed in front of the door, so I couldn't get in without waking him up. When our neighbor across the hall slams his front door. Alarms. One of my cats knows how to turn off my alarm on my phone. As soon as it starts, he climbs up to where it is and starts pawing at it. When I tell my dog no, he gets so mad. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.